The lights were bright in South Philly, but the backup Eagles looked lost in the storm. Missed throws, bad reads, and even a pick six left fans shaking their heads. But in the middle of the chaos, one rookie rose up and gave Philly a glimpse of the future. The Eagles' second preseason game against the Browns was anything but pretty. The offense sputtered, the defense bent, and for most of the first half, it looked like Philadelphia couldn't find its rhythm. Dylan Gabriel and Cleveland's backups had their way early, exposing cracks in the Eagles' depth chart. But preseason isn't just about the score, it's about finding out who belongs. And while the night was rough for the quarterbacks, it was the underdogs and the rookies who stole the spotlight. Tanner McKee, the quarterback everyone expected to see, didn't take a single snap. Nick Sirianni kept him on the sideline, explaining that McKee had gotten plenty of reps in joint practices. Reading between the lines, it was clear McKee's spot is secure. No need to risk him in a meaningless August game. That left the stage for Dorian Thompson-Robinson and Kyle McCord, and it wasn't pretty. DTR looked rattled from the start, throwing an ugly interception that turned into 6 points the other way. A night that was supposed to be his chance to claim the QB3 job slipped through his fingers. McCord wasn't much better, but at least he steadied the offense long enough to lead a touchdown drive. Still, neither QB gave the coaching staff much confidence. After the game, both Sirianni and McCord admitted, "There's a lot of work to be done." So yes, the Birds' backups had a rough night. But hidden in the struggle was a rookie defender who lit up the field with a pick six of his own, a moment that gave fans something to cheer for, even as the scoreboard looked ugly. The quarterback depth chart is wide open, and the Eagles need answers fast. Who should lock down that QB3 spot, DTR or McCord? The Eagles' offense struggled badly. Missed throws, broken timing, wide receivers waiting all game for a chance that never came. It was frustrating. Darius Cooper, a young receiver fighting for a roster spot, only saw one target the entire day. How do you prove yourself without the ball in your hands? The offense simply wasn't good enough, coaching, execution, all of it. But that frustration on one side of the ball opened the door for a spark on defense. And that spark came from rookie safety Drew Mukuba. In the middle of a tough game, he delivered the moment of the day. Cleveland's rookie quarterback Dylan Gabriel tried to roll left and make a play. But Mukuba was waiting, reading his eyes the whole way. Then, bang. He jumped the throw, snatched it out of the air, and took it back all the way for 6. It was the Eagles' first score of the game, and believe it or not, it was the first pick six of Mukuba's entire football career. Afterward, he couldn't hide his excitement. He said he was shocked the ball even came his way, because he was standing exactly where the quarterback was looking. Sometimes, it's about being in the right place at the right time, and Mukuba proved he belongs in that moment. That play didn't just put points on the board, it gave the defense life. It gave the fans something to cheer about on a rough day. The moment the ball was in the air, Andrew Mukuba already knew what he had to do. He didn't just want the catch, he wanted the end zone. And when he pulled it in, that's exactly where he went. His very first pick six as a rookie. Pure electricity. But he wasn't done. Minutes later, when Cleveland fumbled a botched exchange, guess who was right there again? Mukuba, right place, right time. Another turnover for the rookie safety out of Texas. 2 takeaways in one game. That's not luck, that's instincts. That's the mark of a true playmaker. And that's the kind of thing that makes coaches sit up in their chairs. Because Mukuba doesn't just play defense, he hunts the football. Whether it was at Clemson, at Texas, or now with the Eagles, the story has always been the same. This guy finds the ball. Now, let's be clear. Sidney Brown hasn't been bad in camp. He's not blowing assignments, he's not disappearing, but when you stack Brown's safe, steady play against Mukuba's game-changing flashes, the rookie suddenly has the edge. In a Vic Fangio defense built on turnovers and big plays, that might be the difference between starting on the sideline and starting on the field. And it wasn't just Mukuba making noise. Rookie linebacker Jahad Campbell made his own statement, shooting right through the A-gap on a perfectly timed blitz for his first sack in Midnight Green. Add 4 tackles and a full workload of snaps, and it's clear the coaching staff wants him ready to play meaningful football now, not later. Campbell said it best himself. It's about taking steps every day, not worrying about last week or next week, but dominating the moment in front of you. That's the mindset of a player who's going to stick. And while Campbell and Mukuba grabbed the highlights, Jeremiah Trotter Jr. once again filled the stat sheet, leading the team with 7 tackles. He's not flashy, he's not loud, but for a month straight now, he's been quietly stacking great tape. Even rookie Smile Mondon flashed in the second half, showing this linebacker group is deeper and hungrier than it's been in years. The future of this Eagles defense? It might already be here. Philadelphia's linebackers showed up in a way that reminded fans of the old days, fast, physical, and relentless. Time and time again, they were blowing up plays in the backfield, swallowing running backs before they could even turn the corner. It's crazy when you realize this team might actually have 5 different linebackers who could start on any given Sunday. That kind of depth hasn't been seen in Philly in years. Sure, it's not perfect. There are still mistakes, still things to clean up. But this group is no longer a weakness. It's becoming a real strength, and that's a huge shift for this defense. But the biggest spark of the afternoon came from cornerback Yakorian Bennett. Let's be real, all week long in joint practices, he was getting picked apart. People started wondering if his shot at CB2 was slipping away. Then Saturday came, and Bennett flipped the script. He looked fast. He looked confident. He made the kind of pass breakups and physical plays you want from a boundary corner. He didn't give up anything big, didn't make costly mistakes, and most importantly, he looked like he belonged. Meanwhile, Kelly Ringo and Adoree Jackson didn't play poorly, but they didn't make the kind of statement Bennett did. Somebody in this cornerback battle needed to step up, and on Saturday, it was Bennett. And then came the moment fans had been waiting for. Azeez Ojulari finally made his presence felt. This wasn't just a sack against some rookie, he beat a 54-game veteran in Cornelius Lewis to get to the quarterback. That matters. Beyond the sack, Ojulari was disruptive all game long, winning his matchups, showing off his burst, and even holding his own against the run. For weeks, reports out of camp said he was quiet while Uchenna Nwosu raced ahead. But now the gap is closing. Ojulari is forcing his way back into the conversation. This coaching staff has to love it, because he's making it very hard to imagine a defense without him. Of course, not everything was sunshine. The offense still sputtered at times, and there were stretches of ugly football that made this game a grind to watch. But in a preseason battle where jobs are on the line, it's those flashes, the linebackers swarming, Bennett locking down, Ojulari breaking through, that mean the most. Philly fans, what do you think? Has Yakorian Bennett just put himself back in the CB2 race? And is Ojulari forcing his way into a bigger role on defense? Drop your take below. The truth is, this week was ugly for Philadelphia. The quarterback play was flat out bad. The backup offensive line couldn't hold up. And the running backs? They did almost nothing. That's not what you want to see when you're trying to build depth. The stats tell the whole story. The Eagles' leading receiver was Ainias Smith, and while he did grab 2 really nice catches, including a touchdown, his total was just 19 yards. When your top guy barely scrapes 20 yards, that's a red flag. It wasn't just the preseason game, either. All week long, in joint practices with the Browns, and then again on Saturday, Cleveland outplayed Philadelphia. The Eagles got pushed around, and for a team with championship expectations, that stings. But here's the thing. Preseason isn't about the scoreboard. It's about flashes. It's about seeing rookies show promise, seeing young guys fight for roster spots, and veterans staying healthy. In Week 1, Tanner McKee and the wide receivers gave us that spark. In this second game, it was the linebackers, Jakorian Bennett and Azeez Ojulari, who stepped up and showed they belong. Yes, the loss was frustrating. Yes, the backup struggled. But no, this doesn't mean the season is in trouble. It means there's work to do, and that's exactly what training camp is for. And now, the pressure only ramps up. Cut day is coming, just 9 days away. 90 players will shrink down to 53. Dreams will be made, and some will be crushed. One more preseason game, one more chance to prove yourself before the real season begins. Philadelphia had a rough week, but the story isn't written yet. The flashes are there. The talent is there. Now it's about putting it all together. Question for you. Which young Eagle impressed you the most against Cleveland, Bennett, Oyulari, or Smith with that touchdown?